Curry, challenging himself. Steph Curry is one of the most famous basketball players in the world. But when he was growing up, his parents knew they needed to be very strict with him. Stephen's dad, Dale Curry, played in the National Basketball Association for 16 years. Dale and his wife, Sonia, did not want Stephen to think he was entitled to anything just because his dad played in the NBA. They saw other NBA players who spoiled their kids. They wanted to make sure Stephen knew he had to work hard to achieve success. Stephen learned a lot from his parents and is now one of the best basketball players in the world. Stephen was born on March the 14th, 1988. He has a younger brother, Seth, and a younger sister, Seidel. He spent most of his life living in Charlotte, North Carolina, because his dad played 10 years for the Charlotte Hornets. Stephen loved having a father who played in the NBA. Stephen got to attend lots of NBA games and hang out with other players. But Stephen's parents taught their kids that faith, family, and school were much more important than sports. Stephen's mom started a school when he was young, and he went there during grade school. The school taught kids how to overcome challenges by working together. Even though Stephen's famous dad was earning millions of dollars playing basketball, his parents wanted Stephen to realize the importance of education and hard work. Stephen's mom once made him miss a game in middle school because he did not clean the dishes. If his grades ever dropped, or if he forgot to do his chores at home, his mom would not let him play. Though he felt bad at the time, he is now thankful for the lessons he learned from his mom. Stephen was also an excellent baseball player when he was young, but basketball was always his favorite sport. He always felt extremely comfortable on the basketball court. He loved spending hours shooting baskets. Dale was one of the best shooters in the NBA. Therefore, Stephen probably inherited some ability to shoot well. But Dale noticed that Stephen shot the ball awkwardly when he was in middle school. Even though Stephen could make baskets, Dale thought his son's shot was too easy to block. So he spent an entire summer teaching Stephen how to shoot the ball with a more effective technique. Dale conducted these lessons at his childhood home in Grottoes, Virginia. Dale grew up shooting at a basket that his dad nailed to a wooden telephone pole. Dale spent long hours shooting at his unforgiving basket. Its rim was so sturdy that you had to shoot it directly in the middle of the rim to make the shot. If your shot hit the rim on this goal, there was no chance of it bouncing in. And since Dale's childhood home was surrounded by a forest, he had to run into the trees to retrieve any shots that he missed. There was also an electrical box that buzzed nearby, which made him learn to block out noisy distractions. Dale said spending so many hours shooting at such a challenging goal made him a good shooter. He knew Stephen needed the same thing. So Stephen was used to practicing on nice NBA courts with his dad. So it was frustrating for him to relearn his shot on a rigid goal nailed to a telephone pole in a big patch of dirt next to his grandparents' house. Stephen had to run into the woods every time he missed a shot, just like his dad did when he was a kid. Stephen cried several times during this because it was so challenging. But with his dad's help and support, Stephen became a better shooter because during a game were much easier to shoot on, because the baskets during a game were much easier to shoot on. Stephen started high school at Charlotte Christian School in 2002. His coaches knew that he was going to be a special player during his first season. They admired how hard he worked. Stephen attended workouts at 6 o'clock a.m. He asked to take home videos of their opponents to study how to beat them. Even though Stephen was an excellent shooter, he asked his coaches to help him improve in other areas of basketball every year. Stephen started playing every game during his second season. Before his third season, the coaches told Stephen he needed to shoot more. But Stephen was worried that his teammates would think he was being selfish. Eventually, his coaches persuaded Stephen to shoot more by saying they would win more games if he did so. Stephen led Charlotte Christian to the playoffs in the final 3 years. He was one of the best high school players in North Carolina when he graduated in 2006. He scored many more points than any other player has at Charlotte Christian. Despite all of his success, few colleges wanted Stephen to play for them. Stephen is very skinny and does not look strong. So, most college coaches thought Stephen would not be strong enough to play well in college. But Bob McKillop, who coached at Tiny Davidson College in North Carolina, realized that Stephen could be an excellent player even though he was small. Stephen rewarded Coach McKillop for believing in him. He played in every game during 3 years at Davidson. During his second year, he led Davidson to 3 victories in the NCAA tournament, something Davidson had never done before. He impressed everyone by averaging nearly 30 points per game and making lots of three-point shots against much bigger players. During Stephen's final year, he scored over 40 points in a game 3 times. He was voted as the best player in his conference for the second year in a row. After the 2009 season, Stephen decided he was ready to enter the NBA and prove he could excel against the world's best players. Now, what you're going to do is reread this text again, and you are going to use the hashtag legit annotation strategy to help you pull out the main ideas in each paragraph. And once we have that down, tomorrow we will use those main ideas to help us make inferences about Steph and his life.